Hello, welcome to episode 12 of Little Bobbins Knits. My name is Dani and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Little Bobbins, and you can find our Ravelry group by searching Little Bobbins Knits, and it'd be lovely if you came and joined. Show notes for the podcast can be found at littlebobbins.co.uk, and yeah, so here we are. Thank you so much to everyone who's been in touch this week. It's lovely to hear from you as always. Thank you to the new group members, it's really lovely to have you, and to the new subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, I'm really thrilled that you've subscribed. We're filming on Sunday, and because we couldn't fit in an episode last week, the builders were here and my stealth podcasting tactics of getting up early didn't work because they were here very early as well. So I thought I'd try and fit in an episode today, and it feels very peculiar. Just having a week off makes it all feel like new again. There's people next door and Bobbin's angry about it. Yeah, just having the week break makes podcasting feel new again, and doing it on a Sunday for some reason feels really odd. David's popped out, so I'm on my own in the house. I don't think I could film if I wasn't on my own in the house. It would just feel too weird. So I'm going to try and fit in an episode before he gets home. So I have another thank you. Thank you so much to Claire from NH Knits podcast. Claire was so kind about me and the podcast in, I think it was episode 6. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. I was really touched by what you said, Claire. Claire's podcast is a lovely listen. It's the one I put on when I've got stuff to do, because she keeps me company and makes mundane things feel a lot less mundane. I follow Claire on Instagram as well. I think she's NH Knits on there too. And she's currently living in a winter wonderland, which looks beautiful, but I'm sure is a lot of work as well. But yeah, thank you so much, Claire. And if you haven't listened to NH Knits, do, because it's a brilliant podcast. And Claire's absolutely lovely to spend time with. So today I was going to talk to you about my works in progress, my finished objects, some lovely things, and about the Christmas Eve cast on, which I'm getting really excited about, and I'm so thrilled that lots of you want to join in, so we'll talk about that a bit at the end. I just had another thank you as well. I wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who got in touch about me mentioning my shop last week. It was really lovely to hear that you didn't, or that you enjoyed hearing about the things in my shop and enjoyed hearing about my shop. And thank you so much to the people who went over and purchased something. It was so exciting to feel like I was sending these things out to friends, because I know you from the Ravelry group or Instagram, and it was a really special thing. Oh, I'm getting a bit sorry. Yeah, it was a really special thing to send them out to friends. So thank you so much. Yeah. So we'll get on. I've got a lovely big cup of nutcracker tea today. Smells like marzipan. It's got bits of almond in it, and it's my Christmas blend for this year. It's just delicious. And I've got little Bobbin here, who's upset that David's gone out because he likes his humans to be together at the weekend, don't you, Bobbin? Yeah. He likes his humans to be together and sat on the sofa or in the same room. If we're in separate rooms at the weekend, he sort of runs from one to the other of us to try and get us back together. He's a funny little thing. So we'll start with works in progress. In my lovely bag from Anna, who is A Speckles on Instagram, and if you don't follow Anna on Instagram, you should, because her photos are just gorgeous. They're such She has just a beautiful, clean aesthetic that I absolutely love. I love it when her photos pop up on my feed. She has a big cartel shop called Speckles. She sent me this lovely bag, which I love. And in it is my Sephora hat by Woolly Wormhead. I haven't made a huge amount of progress. Where those cables stop, I've done that much. And I think I've got about 4 inches more of just doing the same thing. So this is going to be great on the go knitting now, I think. I'm knitting this in Madeleine Tosh sock in the vintage sari colourway, which I'm still completely in love with. It's just gorgeous yarn. So I'm enjoying this hat. I'm really anxious about whether it's going to fit because I didn't do any sort of gauge swatch, because I'm a fool like that, because I love this hat and if it doesn't fit I'm going to be devastated. But I'm really enjoying working on it. It's very simple. There was a little change in the cables, as I mentioned last week, that I thought there was coming up, but it was only for 1 row. And that was perfectly fine to do. It's the sort of knitting that you can read, so I don't have to keep a row counter handy or anything. So I'm really enjoying this hat and I can't wait to wear it. So that's getting a little bit of work every so often. I'm knitting that on my 2.5mm higher sharps 16-inch circular. And the small size I am finding is hurting my hands a little bit, so I can't work on it for any huge length of time because it's all a bit not stretched, that's not the right word. It's very comfortable on that length needle, but because the stitches are so small, it's just all very... No, I can't explain it. That's infuriating, isn't it? It's hurting my hands a little bit though, so I can't just power through that. I have to do a little bit, like do a couple of repeats and then move on to something else. But I'm enjoying it. My next work in progress in my homespun house bag is my campsite shawl by Alicia Plummer. I'm knitting this in the UK Superfine Alpaca. It's an alpaca and Blueface Leicester blend and it's really gorgeous. I've just got through the first 2 charts. So the first 2 charts meaning 1 for each side, not different charts here and here. Maybe filming on a Sunday isn't for me. I feel like my brain hasn't switched on yet. If I say anything completely stupid, I apologise. Or if I say anything completely confusing, do let me know and I'll try and explain better. So I've got through the first charts, which were fun. Very simple. This is just a really pleasant knit. Excuse me. Last week I showed you that I had the shawl on my Xiaogu bamboo interchangeables, and I have switched over to my high sharps because I really did feel like the bamboo was slowing me down a bit. I love these high sharps interchangeables. They are just my favourite needles, and I do find whenever I'm using a different needle I always wish I was using these ones. So I like the Xiaogu metal red lace ones as well, but these are my top favourite. I really love them, so I just switched over because I thought, why not? Don't think it's affected my gauge noticeably, so I'm on 4.5mm US 7 higher sharps interchangeables now. And that's a really lovely shawl. It's a really nice comforting knit because it's so soft and smushy. Put my pattern back in there. So I'm enjoying that one. My last work in progress in my little cat bag are some socks for Mum's birthday. Now, my mum's birthday is very early in January, so just as I've finished the Christmas things, I have to get on with the birthday things for Mum really, and I'm not getting on with them as early as I usually do, so there's mild panic, but it'll be fine. My little narwhal DPN case. This one. I'm knitting, excuse me. Mum's been saying for ages that she really wants a pair of white socks. And she repeated the other day, "Oh, I'd really like some white socks, but you're not going to knit me them, are you?" Because I said, "Oh, white? That's just so boring. I really didn't want to knit white socks, but the white socks thing has been going on for a while, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to get them done for her birthday, and I'm really enjoying them." I'm knitting the Pennycrest socks pattern by Rachel Coopy. It's out of her Coop Knits book, and it's a really fun pattern. I'll put it on a sock blocker so you can see it a bit better, because it's so pretty, and it's, I think it's an 8-row repeat, but every other is a knit row. So it's not difficult, and it just looks beautiful, and it's really, really quick. I started this Friday night. Friday night I did the rib, and then yesterday while we were driving to football I did all of this. I hope you can see that. It's so pretty, and it's just yarn overs, knit two togethers and slip knits, so nothing too fiddly either. I'm really thrilled with them. I like them a lot. I'm knitting them in Regia Angora Merino, so it's very, very soft, and I don't know if you can see the halo. It's got a bit of a fluffy halo, and I'm knitting them on my Carbons DPNs, 2mm. I was a bit concerned because the pattern's just 2mm and I didn't swatch. It seems to be a theme of the day, but I didn't want to swatch because that's my swatch. And I'm doing a 64 stitch sock, which is what I would usually do for Mum in a plain sock for knitting on 2.25mm needles. But the pattern is very, very stretchy, so I think they're going to fit just fine. And I'm really enjoying working on the 2mm needles actually. Carbons aren't my top needle, top fave needle, because I do find the black carbon bit does have more drag than I like, but I'm enjoying knitting with these teeny weeny ones, so I'm loving this project so much more than I thought I would. I think I've got 2 more repeats and then I start the heel flap. I'm not knitting these 2 at a time, or 2 at the same time, because I only have 1 set of these 2mm carbons, so I'm just going to have to not let myself get away with not casting on the next one as soon as this one is finished. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying these, and I'm enjoying working with the yarn. It's very nice and soft. Sky Above, who's Vicky, her name is Sky Above on Ravelry, asked a question in the "What do you want to see on the podcast" thread, and she was asking about, because I knit my socks 2 at a time usually, do I split my yarn into 50-gram balls? And yes, I do. So I'll just weigh them out and wind them up on the ball winder. So if I'm knitting from a 100-gram skein. I just weigh them and split them, and yeah, then knit 2 at the same time. I don't usually worry about matching my socks or anything, so I don't have to worry about splitting it on a part where it's going to match the start of the other one or anything. So I just do 50 grams for each ball and then knit them both at the same time. If I do get on with knitting, or if I do enjoy knitting on the 2mm needles, I'm going to have to get another set, because I really prefer knitting them both at the same time. I think you sort of get in the flow. In a pattern sock, I get in the flow of the pattern, so doing the pattern on one sock and then doing the pattern on the other sock, I just find it flows better than if I do the whole sock, finishing with the toe, and then start the other sock. I don't know if you feel the same, but the pattern's a bit more cemented in my head while I've just been doing it, not taking time to break and do the toe and things like that. So yeah, I always split my yarn. And if I'm working from a 50-gram ball of Regia, like these are, then I will wind them anyway, because I just find that the yarn comes away from the ball easier if it's in a cake rather than the 50-gram balls. So that's all of my works in progress. I have a couple of finished objects which I'm excited about. Oh, they're attached. Now I haven't cut my ends off yet, but I've just finished blocking these. These are my wood pigeon socks with the linen stitch heel of Doom, and they're all lovely and blocked now, and the heel looks pretty. It will never happen again, ever ever, as long as I live. But I'm so pleased with how these came out. They're going to be a gift for a friend, and I think she's going to be really, really pleased with them. I love this yarn, the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. This is the wood pigeon colourway. I definitely want to... Oh, bobbin. It's angry with pigeons. I hope that didn't make any of you jump like it made me jump. Bobbin, they're just pigeons, it's fine. Doesn't think they should be in his garden. So, very, very pleased with these. I'm very pleased to have them finished. I also have finished another pair of socks. These are for Mum. I can't decide whether to give them to her for Christmas or her birthday. I was thinking it might be nice to, for her birthday, give her a couple of pairs of lacy socks. So the pennycrest ones and these. Now these haven't been blocked, so they're still a bit textured. They're not nice and flat like the socks are when they've been blocked. But these are monkey socks, and I don't know that you're seeing the colour as it actually is. It's gorgeous, sort of pale salmony-ish pinks and like fawny browns. Really, really pretty. It's sparkle sock in the Woodland Rose colourway from Sarah's Texture Crafts, who does do my favourite sparkle. I just love, because it's not in your face sparkle, it's very delicate frosting sparkle. You're probably not going to be able to see it, unfortunately. It doesn't seem to translate through the camera, but it is just beautiful. It's like a shimmer or a frosting. These are the monkey socks by Cookie A. I love this pattern. It just seems to go so quickly. It's so simple, but it makes a really, really pretty sock. I made one tiny, tiny alteration, which is just that I put in an eye of partridge heel, because the last pair of socks I knit in Sarah's Texture Crafts, variegated, I did an eye of partridge here and it was so pretty. So I knew that it would be pretty in this yarn too. And I really love them, and Mum is going to absolutely love them too. I've got a pair of monkey socks and she always mentions how pretty she thinks they are. So she'll be very, very pleased with those. Yeah, I like those ones. So that's all my finished objects as well. So I have bought a few things in this last couple of weeks. So I have some lovely things to show you. Maya from the Wool Barn, I can't seem to resist, had an incredible sale. So I was powerless. So in my lovely Wool Barn bag, I got this gorgeous skein, which is a true bubblegum pink. It's so pretty. The Wool Barn on Etsy. This is a superwash merino. Oh, it's just so pretty. It's called Candy Pink, and that is just so perfect. So I'm excited about that. I don't know what that's going to be, but something incredibly cute, I imagine. And I also got this, which is a colour block. And this one is a superwash merino, cashmere and nylon blend. It's a one-of-a-kind colourway, and it's 350 metres in the 100 gram skein. I'd like to knit Mum a shawl in this for her birthday. I was having a look at some patterns and I quite liked I think it was called Interlude by Studio Callio. Can't quite remember because it was last week I was looking and my memory is like a sieve. But I quite liked that, but that takes 400 metres and this is 350, so I could cut out some repeats. I'm still sort of contemplating. It's a lovely half circle shawl. It has a garter stitch section and then a really nice open work section, then another garter stitch section and then another open work section. I feel like it has a picot bind off, but I might have made that up. So I thought that would look nice in this colour block. Do you need a cuddle? Oh, come here then. So I might try it, and even if I have to cut out a bit of the garter stitch or a bit of the open work, I think that should be fine. It's still percolating. But that's what I've got in mind for this lovely skein. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's really lovely and soft. So if you have any ideas of shawl patterns that you think would look really nice with this colour block, do let me know. I might start the interlude, but I'm just in two minds. They're my lovely new things from the Wool Barn, and I have another skein. Yesterday David and I went to football and it was an away game, so I thought I'd just check if there were any yarn shops around, and I found one. So we went to Mrs. Moon in Twickenham, and it was okay. I'm not sure that I'd make an effort to go back necessarily, but they had some nice yarns. So I picked up this lovely skein of Blue Sky Alpaca's Surrey Merino. I'd like to knit the Parcel Tongue Hat by Tiny Owl Knits, and it's knit in this yarn, and I've wanted to knit it in the same yarn for a long time. It's so soft. So yeah, I picked up a skein. This is colour 417, but it's a lovely sort of cornflower blue. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to cast that on soon. At the football yesterday, I have never been so cold in the whole of my life. and I think that has just encouraged me to want to knit all of the warm things. These thrummed mittens, they can't be waiting much longer because they would have been so wonderful to wear yesterday. It was so cold, so I need to just get on and make those. They would be very nice. But yeah, so I'm pleased to have that skein, and I'm going to have to get that pattern and knit up that hat. So that's all my lovely things, all of my finished objects and works in progress. So I was going to talk about the Christmas Eve cast on. What's up with bobbin? I opened a thread in the Ravelry group to find out if any of you would be interested in joining in with the Christmas Eve cast on, and I'm so excited at how many of you want to join in. It's going to be so much fun. I still haven't decided on my yarn, and I think I'm going to make a project bag when I finish filming. But the yarns in the project bags that you're showing, it's so exciting. Yeah, I'm really thrilled about it. So I was thinking, I've written the hashtag LBK Christmas Eve socks in the first post, and if we can share our pictures on Instagram, that'd be so fun. I thought it would be a fun way of giving each other a little peek into our Christmases as well, with strategically placed socks and trees or whatever. Or mine might have to be a strategically placed sock and Cluedo board, since that's when I'll start my socks while we're playing Cluedo, which turns into an extremely competitive experience, but I'll have the calmingness of sock knitting. So yes, if you would like to join in and you haven't heard about it yet, on Christmas Eve we're all going to start some socks. For me, it sort of marks the end of the manic Christmas knitting time and just into more of a things for me, or things that I want to knit with no deadlines. Just more of a relaxing knitting time. So yeah, I'm very excited. I was going to cast on with my Dancing Dog Dye Works Maleficent's Dragon. I don't think I can. I think that needs to stay in the stash for a little while longer because it's really precious. So I'm still contemplating. I was thinking about a stash the other day. This is completely off on a tangent, but I wondered, how do you stash? I sort of feel like I stash with sort of a scarcity complex about it. I don't want to use my lovely stuff in case I can never get it again. While I can afford to buy a couple of really lovely skeins, I sort of buy them and then hold on to them just in case a time comes, which it very possibly will, where I can't afford to buy such lovely skeins anymore. So I'm sort of preparing for winter or something. But I just wondered how you stash, because I know some people don't even have a stash. They buy for the next project they're going to knit that project, and then buy for the next project they're going to knit, or which I can't imagine being able to do. It's sort of a comfort thing having my stash, I think. So yeah, I'd love to know how you stash. I think it's interesting. So that's everything today, I think. Feels strange podcasting on a Sunday, but I hope it didn't look strange. I've got my Christmassy lights up. I have no Christmassy headband, Denise. Denise from the Knitting Den has been wearing the most fantastic Christmassy things. Oh, and Tilly Trout, she's been getting involved. Denise suggested that all the podcasters wear Christmassy things, and I wish I could. I just have nothing. no Christmassy paraphernalia. We've got our tree downstairs, but that's about where it ends. So I thought I'd put up some Christmas lights. Although they are going to turn into year-round lights because I love having them up and they make me smile whenever I come in here. So I think they're going to stay up all year. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you're having a lovely week, and I hope your preparations for this busy time of year are going well. I will really look forward to chatting with you in the Ravelry group or on Instagram, or if you want to direct message me, then that's lovely too. And yeah, it's been lovely to chat with you today, so I hope to see you next week. Bye.